Today we'll be changing the wheel bearings on this 2006 Ford Fusion. First we're going to start off with loosening up the bolts. I already did that. Loosen up. This is I believe a 19. So now loosen it up a little, and then we'll jack it up and put the jacks down. First thing I like to do is remove this screw. It's just a star one. I don't know the size, I don't know, 240 I guess. Take this one out. Seems like this one's missing one, so I'll try to get one of them. Second, we take these two caliper bolts. One, and there's one on the bottom right here. Right there, so two. I believe these are 15s. I'll get to that. Okay, I got it off and I put on a hook. Make sure to sorry, it's not focusing. Hang it on something because you don't want all the pressure to go on the brake line. Excuse me. So I have a hook like this, hooking it onto the caliper. Sometimes these can get seized, but I got new new rotors, so these are pretty easy to come off. Put these in the safe spot. You don't want to get debris or anything on them, so I'm just gonna set them on the cushion while I take this off. And then we're gonna take the nut off. This is a 32. It's a big nut. I recommend you guys to go to Harbor Freights and get this one. It's just like $6. I went to Napa last time and it was 17 bucks for one. But no, this is just $6 and you just put it on there. Sometimes it can be really seized on there. I've had that issue before. What I did previously was just first put W40, try to loosen it up. If it doesn't work, move on to a torch and just spray it around, wait like 2 hours or so and try to unscrew it. So this is my setup and I got the jack thing, so you got it loose. Thought I broke it, but I got it loose now. There we go. 32mm nut off. Now this is the hard part. Taking the hub off is impossible, dude. I got the nut on there. I'm just gonna smack it. Bro, I keep failing. Can't record in here at the same time, but I'm gonna rent a slide hammer. Hopefully it comes off, because this is seized down there with the rust and everything. To 2006, so she's probably welded on there at this point. So we're gonna put this on and keep smacking it. So we got the part now, the wheel puller, or the slide hammer. So what you do is you just align it with the nuts, and then you just put the old lug nuts on there. And you just tighten it. Now it's tight on there. You just slide and hammer it up. Back. In my process, I wasn't able to remove it with the hammer, or at least with the slamming part. you see the end of the tool, there's this little stick right there. Mine was missing that, so I just sticked in a screwdriver, and what I did was twist and screw it in, screw the screw inside until it just pops loose. It does require a lot of strength and pressure, so just a heads up. I did break 2 screwdrivers, so it's not perfect the first try. Just keep going at it until it just comes loose. But yeah, that's the way I did it and worked better. Now you got the bearing off. We're gonna take the 17mm bolt off and then get some clearance for the axle to get off. Look, this is busted. The bearings are... To get this off, it might be on there, so just hammer it. So now we got it off, the hammer. Now we're just gonna take the axle off. We're gonna hook this back on to get some leverage. Now there's a little ring right here that you gotta take off. I need some pliers. Just puncture them and it comes out. It's a little steel, little ring that comes on there. Look how bad this is. Jeez, no wonder it sounded like crap. It was busted up. Took it out. It broke on the way. We're gonna buy a new one, but it was seized on there, so you just gotta use a chisel and a hammer and just smack it on there until it comes off. Now we'll move on to this. Okay, so now we're gonna take this off again, and then we're gonna move the axle, and then we're gonna move on to this adapter where you need to find the perfect size that fits with the outer ring. So it goes like this, and then you need one that's slightly bigger than the bearing itself, and then you'll be like this. Is we're gonna take off the old one, so it's gonna be grabbing the adapter like this. This will be on here. On the other side, we're gonna use and this will be on this side, which is the back side, going, let's say, the bearings inside. And you're gonna take it out like this. Put it. This is a 27 or 1 1/16 in the back. We're gonna hold it, and then you use this one, put it right here. It's a 32mm, and then you just use the impact and flip it on. I'll record the process. This took a lot of torque and surely needs an impact for this job, so make sure you have that. And it did take like 6 batteries for it to fully take one off and put it back on, so just a heads up. Be prepared to charge your battery over and over. It did take a lot of mental focus because it seemed like it wasn't going to come out, but if you see it screwing in, just keep going and it'll come out eventually. So just a heads up. Be prepared with your batteries to be charged. Okay, now we got the bearing out. Oh shit. Yeah, you can tell it's bad. But you need an impact for this job. It seriously took a lot of torque. I don't know how much this one is. But I had to let it breathe a couple times because it was overheating. Batteries, I went through 4 batteries. Or 5 to be honest. So now we got the bearing out. Now we're gonna put the new one in, and I'll show you guys how to use this tool to put it back in. Okay, I got it set up so it's the opposite kind of, or same thing. So you're gonna drill it in, put the adapter that goes to this size, bearing, and then the backs. Make sure this sits flush. Sorry, this sits flush. And then put the wrench in the back. What I have on the back is a 1 1/16. Did the job, and now I'm just gonna drill. Should be a lot easier. We'll see. Okay, I changed this one because it was kind of bearing into the bearing. So I just put it to a size to it, and then I'll just do the same process and just screw it. Perfect, it's in now. Ready for this snap clip going in. Make sure it's over here, there's no gaps. Make sure it's sit on there pretty good. Now we'll just put this on, then we'll go with the hub housing, and yep, put this on there. Perfect, we got the bearing inside now. Now the next step is putting in the snap clip on right here. And then mine broke right here, but we'll manage to put it in somehow. And after that comes this, and we'll just put everything back together. Okay, we got the clip on, so now we move on to this. Same thing, get the screw. Okay, so now we'll just, same process. Okay, now it's on. We'll put the axle and it'll screw in the last bit that's left. So we'll just pull back a bit. Okay, we got the axle in. We put the top bolt up here. It's a 17 mil. Tighten this down, and then we'll get this out and put the 32 nut on here. Okay, now put the nut on, and now tighten it. This should be up to 180 pounds. So I'll do that quick. Then we'll put the rotors, caliper, wheel, etc. So job is almost done here. Okay, we got this on now up to 180. Now we'll put the rotor on. Got this a little wet, so it's kind of rusted, but that shouldn't do nothing. So we got the rotor on. Grab this. This is T30. That's on. I lost this one. It's not very safe to drive without it. I did order a new one, so I'll put that on as soon as I can. But now we move on to the caliper, and I believe these are 15s. Everything's back on. Make sure everything's tightened. Make sure this is tightened. Make sure the caliper's tightened. Make sure the axle's tightened. Make sure everything's set. Now, after you make sure everything's good, we move on to the wheel, and you're good to go after that.